Political situation in the South American country of Venezuela took a new twist on Monday as United States of America, USA seized the country president's aircraft and same day, the president, Nicolas Maduro secured a court order to arrest political opposition leader and presidential candidate in the unsettled July 28 presidential election, Edmundo González. It could be recalled that the U.S. government on August 2, 2024, issued a statement and recognized Venezuelan opposition candidate, Edmundo González, as the winner of the South American country's presidential election, discrediting the results announced by electoral authorities who declared President Nicolas Maduro the winner. The U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, in the statement said, "Given the overwhelming evidence, it is clear to the United States and, most importantly, to the Venezuelan people that Edmundo González Urrutia won the most votes in Venezuela's July 28 presidential election." In addition, the United States rejects current President Nicolas Maduro's unsubstantiated allegations against opposition leaders. Maduro and his representatives' threats to arrest opposition leaders, including Edmundo González and Maria Corina Machado, are an undemocratic attempt to repress political participation and retain power. Blinken said he congratulates González on his successful campaign, adding it is time for the Venezuelan parties to begin discussions on a respectful, peaceful transition. "We fully support the process of re-establishing democratic norms in Venezuela and stand ready to consider ways to bolster it jointly with our international partners," he added. He said the processing of the votes and announcement of the results by the Venezuelan National Electoral Council, CNE, were deeply flawed, adding the announced outcome does not represent the will of the Venezuelan people. Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, flew Maduro's personal plane back to the United States on Monday morning, landed in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and is now in U.S. custody, a U.S. official said, as reported by CNN. "We gathered that the plane, described by officials as Maduro's version of Air Force One, is used for Maduro's state visits around the world and was seized in the Dominican Republic after it was purchased through a straw company in violation of sanctions laws and export controls," the official said. U.S. authorities reportedly cited a specific violation of U.S. Executive Order 13,884, signed by former President Donald Trump in 2019. The plane, valued at $13 million, is a Dassault Falcon 900EX. The seizure was a result of a joint investigation with HSI and the U.S. Department of Commerce, according to U.S. government. This morning, the Justice Department seized an aircraft we allege was illegally purchased for $13 million through a shell company and smuggled out of the United States for use by Nicolas Maduro and his cronies, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland said in a statement, adding, "The department will continue to pursue those who violate our sanctions and export controls to prevent them from using American resources to undermine the national security of the United States." Reuters reported that the Venezuela's Attorney General's office said on Monday that a court has issued an arrest warrant for opposition leader, Edmundo González, accusing him of conspiracy and other crimes amid a dispute over whether he or President Nicolas Maduro won a July election. Attorney General Tariq Saab shared a photo of the warrant with Reuters via a message on the application Telegram. The issue of an arrest warrant against González would amount to a major escalation in Maduro's government's crackdown against the opposition following the disputed election. Venezuela's National Electoral Authority and its top court have said Maduro was the victor of the July 28th election with just over half of the votes, but tallies shared by the opposition show a resounding victory for González. The warrant follows weeks of comments from top government officials saying González and other members of the opposition should go to jail. This man has the nerve to say he doesn't recognize laws, he doesn't recognize anything. What's up with that? That's unacceptable, Maduro said in a broadcast on state television. Citizens agree that laws have to work and that officials do their job, Reuters report reads in quote. Maduro's Attorney General filed the warrant for the arrest of the 75-year-old former diplomat as part of what he said was an investigation into the opposition's publication of voting machine receipts showing their candidate won more than twice as many votes as the Venezuela president, Nicolas Maduro. Canada government, through the Office of its Global Affairs on Tuesday said, Canada categorically condemns the arrest warrant issued against Edmundo Gonzalez by Venezuelan authorities. Canada urges Venezuelan authorities to stop repressive acts that silence democratic voices and create a climate of fear. Canada wants more calls on the Venezuelan authorities to begin the transition process in recognition of the true results of the election. The rights and freedoms of opposition representatives, civil society and all citizens must be respected. On the plain seashore, a U.S. official reportedly told CNN that this sends a message all the way up to the top. Seizing the foreign head of state's plane is unheard of for criminal matters. We're sending a clear message here that no one is above the law, no one is above the reach of U.S. sanctions. The plain seashore, as we gathered, was done by multiple agencies, including Homeland Security Investigations, Commerce Agents, the Bureau of Industry and Security, and the Justice Department. The U.S. also worked closely with the Dominican Republic, which informed Venezuela of the seashore, according to official reports. Now, the next steps will pursue forfeiture, which will give the Venezuelan government a chance to petition for the airplane and collecting evidence from the plane, according to CNN. Additionally, the U.S. also reimposed sanctions on Venezuela's oil and gas sector earlier this year in response to the Maduro government's failure to allow a fair election. After the controversial July 20th election, Venezuela suspended commercial flights to and from the Dominican Republic.
Satuakan Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.